Good to see you. Good.
Just to start with team news, really, Jurgen. First of all, will Sadio Mane be available? How's Jordan Henderson? Also, check on Divock Origi and Joe Gomez.
Will Sadio be available? We have to find out. So Sadio will come now this morning for training, and I assume he will be in full training, and then we make a decision after that, how he feels and all that stuff. He will probably emotionally be still being high flying, but physically we have to see how intense it was for him the last few days. Hendo definitely will be back. That's the plan. Was the plan before the game, and it's the plan now. And it's then, if nothing happens, he will play on Sunday. And yeah, the other two were not injured. What I said, it didn't happen a lot that we have this kind of quality players, and then they could make the squad for Joe. Obviously, it was the situation that we have to make a decision. Do we want to have a second centre half on the bench or not? And with Div Div is not too long back in training, so after his injury, so that was the decision there. But both will train fully.
And I know you touched on it last night, but Luis Diaz, we were expecting it would take a period of adjustment, and I got the impression that you felt that was going to be the case as well. So is it a surprise that he looks at home so early, and what's enabled him to really make that adjustment relatively quickly?
His skill set, his character, but come on, it was now our first game, and it was probably one of the best I ever saw from a new player. That's true, because it looked completely natural, but it's only a first game, and we have to see how he will adapt to all the different stuff, or to the intensity and all these kind of things now in the Premier League. There's no rush in it still. Last night was a very good opportunity to start him because of Sadio not being here yet, and Mo coming back from an incredibly intense tournament, and that was then a really good moment. And yeah, he showed up.
But the fact you've got those options though as well, Jurgen, Lewis fitting in well, Mo and Sadio coming back, Jota with 12 league goals this season. Those forward options, you would maybe say, makes you better equipped than when you won the title. So what confidence do those options give you that there is a real chance of making up that 9-point gap, particularly when you've got a game in hand on City and still to play them? I had to find another way to ask the title race question as well today.
Wow, you took a diversion. I actually forgot what you want to ask. So, but the forward options, yeah, it's good. It's good to have options. And it's good to have options with the quality the boys have. We have even more options now. I said it's first time that they're all fit, because Taki is obviously in a good moment. Div, when he trains, it looks always like why he's not playing. And the probably Ox played up front a really good part. So we have now options, but that's what we need. So again, if we wouldn't have, I said last night and said it to the boys already, we had times when we have this chat group where we share all informations around the team, and within this chat group, the players who are not available or not in the squad or whatever before the game, they always send a message like "Good luck, boys" or blah blah blah, whatever. And we had times there were 13, 14 players texting, means they were not available for us, and that's now we have now a different situation. But I said it before, it's not so important who is playing. It's important who is playing, but it's much more important how we play. And especially in the second half last night, I thought we did really well. We kept the pressure high on Leicester and gave them a real job to do, and won. Absolutely deserved, could have scored more goals against a good Leicester side, I have to say. But just because of us in the second half, we were then really like it should have been.
Thanks, Jurgen.
Thank you, Vinny. See you soon, no doubt. Vicky Sparks.
Hi, Jurgen. Good to see you.
Hi.
Just looking ahead to Burnley then, obviously foot of the table, they've still got these games in hand, but in a real scrap to stay up, and they're always a tough side to play against, but again, they've got a lot riding on this, haven't they?
Absolutely. So I had the pleasure to watch the Tuesday night game, Burnley against United, and probably this situation explains the Premier League the best. That Burnley is bottom of the table in the moment, even with games in hand, I know. But the quality they produced that night was incredible, especially second half. It was a highest intense game. They played pressing high up the pitch. Counter pressing was there. There were a lot of things that where really was a proper team performance. And together with the stadium, that is obviously the thing they need to do and have to do. They know that better than I do, to stay in the league. And there's a massive chance for me. I know it's always sounds like when you are in February, I'm not sure, bottom of the table, then nobody cares anymore about the games you have in hand. And it doesn't make the situation easier, but there's a big possibility for them still to stay in because of the power they can produce as a team. And so we have to be ready. That will be a tough one, definitely.
Thanks, Matt. Hi, Jurgen. Given the quality that you've spoken about already, particularly on the bench last night, we tend to get caught up in the media about the starting 11. But for you, is it just about picking any 11 players from that quality because they know each other so well, given the amount of games you've got coming up and that intensity?
Look, I prefer absolutely to talk about a wider squad than to talk about to tiny squad or to small squad, whatever, because then you have real problems. But of course, it's a situation we actually never had before. That's the truth. I can't remember, and not because of the quality of the players, because these players we have now, they were here before in December, in November last year, most of them were here. Only Luis Diaz came, we added on. So it means we had that squad, but we never had the squad available. That's the problem. Now we have it available. And now, yes, of course, these players are all here for a while already. They played together. We have so many top developments individually. Just as an example, Taki Minamino, not sure, but played no more than 50 games for Liverpool and is getting better every day pretty much. But the situation is not easy to be a starter in that team and all these kind of things. That's it. And we, the boys, first and foremost, what we together have to deal with that, because one thing is not allowed that would cost us confidence that I might play today but not tomorrow. So these kind of things we have just to make sure that we as a group use that situation in the best possible way, and how long may it continue, because I said it before, I hate talking about it just for one reason. The reason is we talk today about it and tomorrow we have a completely different situation, because I have 4 or 5 messages on my phone and I think, oh my God, it starts again. So for the moment, we have to use it. In other situations, we have to sort it.
Thank you, James. And to finish this part of the press conference, Carl Martin.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi, Carl.
Just give you time to drink your tea there. Just on Burnley and the way they approach the game, does it require a different physical and mental approach from you?
Yes.
Your team?
Yeah, good observation from your side. So I brought obviously in a new striker. Yes, they lost Wood, but I brought in Weghorst. And if you saw the game on Tuesday night, then you saw that he's a pretty lively boy. He was pretty much everywhere. He's up front, fulfills the role of Wood for sure, with deflecting balls and stuff like this, but was really very, very active all over the pitch. Not sure, but then the players around, if it will be Barnes or Rodriguez, I think Vidra is still not fit, but I don't know. Then Cornet and McNeil, that's pure quality. Centre mid, I always liked a lot. Anyway, at whoever's playing there, they're really good footballers there, and a very experienced last line. So plus a top goalie. So that's the team we will face. And yes, Burnley asked for all physicality you can put in a game, because we cannot have the ball all the time, and in the moments when they have the ball, they do exactly what they want to do, and they're good at that. So they play the channel balls, they follow up this situation. They don't play that only, but if they play them, they're already difficult to defend. And then they have on top of that footballers really everywhere. So like if Cornet and McNeil play, and Cork, Brownhill, whoever in midfield, if you let them play, they play. So that's the situation. And on top of that, the set piece threat, they are for sure. So we have just to be aware and really focused and really concentrated. And that's how we prepare the game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carl. So that concludes the first part of this press conference. Let me just do what we normally do. Make it clear for those who are. So we've got Chris Bascombe and Dave Maddock who are going to do the questions for the daily section before we go to the Sundays. So everything from here is under embargo till 10:30 p.m. tonight, which is Friday the 11th.